Richard Sincere. I graduated a long time ago, 1975. I was in independent studies in Jewish history, and when I graduated in 1975, I still was a strong Badger supporter, but moved to Chicago where it's not as popular, right? And when I graduated, I found actually a Wisconsin business executive who had an ad in the paper that said, college graduate willing to start in the mailroom. And it was a time where I was literally making $6,500 a year. And so you could say, wow, that doesn't seem like it's worthwhile, but it was probably one of the best learning experiences, because delivering mail, I got to meet all the key executives, and they took a liking to me, and I started moving up the chain. So in 1997, 17 years ago, I started my own business. So the question is, what does a history major have to do with being in business? So when I look at people and when I hire people, I'm always looking at a few things. What's their analytical capabilities? And the history department told me incredible analytical skills. I mean, it gave me the ability to look at things and be able to understand it. Communication skills. I did English classes, and I certainly learned how to write and be intelligent about how to think through how to articulate messages to people. And so when you look at what I do for the last 17 years, I'm involved with startup businesses. So in my case, it's startup mutual funds. But even when I was at Citibank, I had 7 jobs in 10 years. Now, either someone is totally disliked, but usually that person would be fired, or they knew that if they could bring me in, I could analyze it quickly, figure out how to make changes, do what needs to be done, and build a business so they can move me to another business. And the point is that those skill sets are learned in letters and sciences. It was learned when I was in the history department, not when I was at business school. I learned something completely different there. And when you think about that, when you think about this capability, so for 17 years I've been taking undiscovered mutual funds and been able to discover and raise billions of dollars for them. And those aren't abstract numbers, those are real numbers. And it's the ability to be able to meet someone, have something I can contact, talk to them about that goes way beyond just business. Anybody can go and talk to someone in business, and I give you a presentation and flip through it, and it's boring, and that's it. But when I meet people, and I meet them all over the world, we have individual discussions. We talk about things that are political science oriented, history oriented, many of our personal lives, but it's all very much a qualitative side, and those are things and skill sets you learn in letters and sciences, not what you're learning elsewhere. So one point I really want to make, I've been working almost 40 years. And in the 40 years, the first 10 years, I admit my friends who majored in accounting and were accountants in all those different areas certainly did better financially and had more prestigious jobs than me. So I'll give you that 25%. But what's really interesting is when you look at my career for the last 75%, it's amazing how those of us who were in liberal arts and letters and science, how much we've surpassed everybody because we've had the skill sets, the interpersonal skills that others didn't have. At the end of the day, all we really care about is, do we make a difference? Do we have a legacy for ourselves? Now, it's easy to think about that maybe in your 20s and 30s a little, but by the time you get to the 60s, I'm 61, you really start wondering, how can I make a difference?